World Series championship.
This is not college where they could take your stuff away. They can't. This is college where they can't. This is not college. They can't take your crap from you.
Because here's what we're getting at here, is that they're going to continue. A lot of fans are going to start saying, A.Rod's ring is that championship is tainted from 2009. That's exactly what they will say. I remember when David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez admitted that they took steroids. Okay, that was in the summer of 2009, and I watched the whole thing. And everybody was saying 2004 and 2007 should be tainted, and that ring should be taken away. And I was like, oh, BS.
They can't take the ring away, but those two guys aren't going to the Hall of Fame either.
Manny won't. Manny's a troublemaker, just like Rodriguez.
And neither will Big Papi. So don't worry about it. It's not going to happen for either of them, because they admitted it to it and done. It's over with. Unless they make a drug section of it. Now I said this a while back, and I'm going to say it again. We know that there are other professional sport athletes out there in other professional sports using PEDs.
Yep.
Andrew, how pissed off would you be if you found out that LeBron James was using PEDs?
Oh, yeah. I get it right there. I would be amazed to see what Browning would say.
Okay? How pissed off would you be about that? And we know that there's some players in the NBA using it. We know that. Who's not to say, or who is to say who it is, whoever, but who's not to say it's not LeBron James? Now, I don't know. I have no evidence that it is. I don't know anything that if he is or if he isn't. As far as I'm concerned, he's not. But
Kenny
just to say, what happens if it does? If they start to investigate players in the NBA and they find out, say that LeBron James and say Kobe Bryant.
Kenny goes, if you take his ring, then take the rest of the team's ring. Other than that, just suspend the dude and move on. And then Browning goes, I'd be pissed off if I hear about that.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. There's no evidence to come out to say it. But I'm just saying, your favorite player in the NBA say he was doing it.
Ooh, yeah. And then I wonder what Browning's response would be for that. And I wonder what Lion from Lee Summit would say about that.
And I hope the NBA starts an investigation and find out which players in the NBA are using PEDs. Because obviously the Biogenesis people, the Biogenesis company, has records of NBA players, tennis players, boxing fighters, MMA fighters, okay? MLB is not the only sport, okay? NFL, hello?
Yeah, so NFL, NBA, NHL.
Yeah, so why aren't you guys doing an investigation on it? I would be doing it right away. Oh, they're probably saying, well, that's hearsay. Well, even if so, even if it is hearsay, don't you want to find out? Or are you going to put your head in the sand like freaking Seelig did for all those years? Hey, I have an idea, Stern. Do something good on your way out, instead of the crap you're pulling now.
All I know is that if they want to continue, if they're not only doing it in baseball, I guess NHL, boxing, NASCAR, soccer, NFL, NBA, all of them should be tested.
Hey, I like that.
And maybe every player and all the people who are participating in sports should be tested for performance-enhancing drugs.
Hey, Kenny, I like that. He says on the chat board, it's a ream. It's a ream sport. You win as a team and you lose as a team, but it's a ream sport.
The MLB seems to be the only professional sports organization to have a default pro-roids stance. That's what Dr. Myth says.
Yeah, you know why? Because they've never had a problem in the NBA, NHL, because the powers of be in those other professional leagues don't want to happen to them what's happening to MLB. That's why. So they're not investigating it.
I got a question for all of you. Who is going to be watching Alex Rodriguez first bat?
Me.
I will. Jeff?
Me. That's why
Kenny, Dr. Myth?
That's why
Browning?
I haven't touched the station, because I want to see it.
Yeah.
And if he hits a home run, you know I'm going to holler at you on Skype.
Oh, I know. My Skype will be on.
He hits a home run, I'm going to say, see, I told you. Here it goes.
But here's the point. It's only going to be for 3 games for him, and then he's going to be gone.
No, he's playing the rest of the season.
I thought the suspension starts on August 8th.
Suspension starts on Thursday. He's appealing the suspension. So, the appeal hearing won't happen until November. So, he gets to play the rest of the season while it's being appealed.
He's going to get booed everywhere.
That's the rule. That's the bylaws in Major League Baseball. So, that's what he's going to do. That's what's going to happen. So, the arbitrator's going to go through it, and you'll hear something about it in November when the season is over. So, what might happen is he might just be suspended for the next season and then come back in 2015. He might be suspended for the whole 2014 season, and he'll be back in 2015 when he's 40 years old. Yeah, right. That's why he's got to play well. Because when he's in these next 50 to 52 games, he needs to play well, because the Yankees are going to have to make a decision in a year later and say, well, he played well. Do we want to bring him back on the team and just pay him because he played really well before he went out? Or do we want to buy him out of his contract? Either way, it's going to cost them money. They can't just get rid of him. They have to buy him out.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost. I'm telling you something. Rodriguez is not going to be not going to be easy to let him buy him out. He's going to go for all the money, and I don't blame him.
Not only that, it's going to be very hard to even find a taker. Remember, we even thought
there is going to be no taker. There is going to be no taker. Either he's going to be a Yankee, or the Yankees are going to have to buy him out, and he won't be in Major League Baseball no more. There won't be a taker for him. Either he'll be a Yankee, or the Yankees will buy him out of his contract. That's the only way he can get out.
Team that had the possibility of getting him, but Miami. But
Nope.
obviously that downhill last year.
No teams are going to want him. He's either going to be a Yankee, or the Yankees are going to buy him and buy out his contract, which is like something like $64 million left on his contract when he comes back. So they're going to buy him out, which means he's going to want close to that money.
Yeah, there's got to be a clause where the team can get out of the contract without costing the Yankees.
There is
so
no
much.
clause. There is no clause. Every freaking person I've seen on ESPN said the same thing. The Yankees are going to have to buy him out. Done. That's the way it's going to have to be. That kind of sucks. It is what it is. And and if I'm Alex Rodriguez and I know you got to buy me out, I'm going to make it awful hard for you to buy me out. I want to play. So either you buy me out close to my $64 million, or I'm playing. Those are the only two choices.
Pretty much.
That's what's going to happen. Those are the only two choices. And you know something? I almost have this feeling that Cashman won't be the GM when Rodriguez comes back.
Yeah, and I've had my... And I know we've spent the whole show talking about this, and we'll get to everything. I'm just saying that I think even Cashman's relationship with the Yankees hasn't always been the best, because the Steinbrenners own that team. And if you don't perform well and don't do well, then you hear it from the Steinbrenner family. And then it's like with Cashman, there's been a debate even at how his job will be safe, because suppose this, happens. All right, there's 52 games left.
Mm-hmm.
After the year gets over with, could Cashman be fired as general manager of the Yankees? It is a possibility, because they are 57 and 53. They played absolutely horrible down in San Diego. They're in Chicago. I'm saying it. I know that there's a lot of season left, but I don't think they are a playoff team. And even if they get to the possible, wild card, get to the playoffs, they're still not going to get very far.
Right. We'll see what happens, though, It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. You know what I'm saying over there,
Yeah.
Charlie Brown?
It will be.
Very interesting.
Because here's another thing that we've talked about even before the season began, that I was even saying, and in my opinion, it seems like this is the Yankees' last run, because after this year gets over, they're going to lose Mariano Rivera, the best closer in the game.
I know.
Derek Jeter is going to have an option for next year, and they don't even know if he's going to come back.
Right.
Robinson Cano is even a free agent.
They're looking at a lot of trouble next year, the New York Yankees.
It's going to be like rebuilding for the next few years, and the objective is for them to go young. They're going to have to go young again and start all over, and it could be a while. And the Yankees down in the tube, they could be like a 4th or 5th place team.
They'd be like a Boston Celtic team for a couple of years.
Yeah, true.
How I did that? See how I did that? So the Yankees will be bad in baseball, Boston will be bad in basketball. It's all good.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you're the big Knicks fan,
It's all good in the hood, my friend. Yeah, I want the Knicks to do. Hey, I'd be pissed off if Carmelo Anthony was on PEDs.
I know you would. Or even any other New York
What
Knicks
happens
player
if they come out and they say that during last season we found out that Paul Pierce was taking PEDs?
Oh, gosh.
You'd go
I'd be
bananas,
irked, too.
right? See what I'm saying? So you never know, my friends.
Even though he's a Brooklyn Net, and if they found out that he was taking it even back in 07, 08, and they said Pierce took it during that time, and I'd be irked, and everybody would say, oh, take his NBA championship ring away.
Wait until the Knicks play the Nets this coming season. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I can't.
LOL.
I can't wait for that crap so the Knicks can really show them who the hell's the man in New York.
Brooklyn's talking like they're saying, we're the kings of New York. We're going to overtake the Knicks, and we're going to be the better team.
Sure you are. Sure you are. Sure you are. Just sit there and shut up.
That's what you'd say to the Brooklyn Nets,
That's what I'm
Jeff?
saying
Just
to
keep
him right
your mouth
now.
shut.
That's what I'm saying to him right now. Just because you look better on paper don't mean squat, bitch. Remember that.
Take the Blue Jays, for example.
Exactly. Yeah. Take the Blue Jays, for example. On paper, they look dynamite. When they play, they suck. Okay? So don't give me no crap. Watch it happen.
And the Nets are never going to beat Miami.
No, well, I believe that. Nets are old. I hate to tell you that right now.
And they got Jason Kidd as their
head coach. So they got a young head coach, but their team is old. And on that note, we got to get the flock out of here ourselves. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow for the fastest hour of sports talk on the internet, which is Sports World Radio. Remember, guys, you only have one to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. It has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, people.
Adios.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty